In today's video, we're going to be covering how to avoid copyright strikes for YouTubers and for live streamers. Roll that intro. What's going on, guys? Chad here from How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. And yes, today we're going to be talking about how to avoid audio copyright for YouTubers and live streamers. And I think this is going to be great because that is something a lot of people have been dealing with lately, and you're not sure of where to get your music to use in your live productions and your recorded productions. And there is a great solution, something that we've recently started using. No affiliation as far as partnerships or money coming from them, but we are actually going to, I believe, be setting up an affiliate link. If you want to check that out, there should be one in the link down below if we get to that before this video is released. But we're going to be talking about Epidemic Sounds and the reason why it is so useful and why we have decided to start using it here at How To Tech. The one reason why is because you can literally pair accounts inside of Epidemic's platform. What that's going to allow you to do is essentially not have to do anything. You just upload your videos, you do your live streams, and they just don't put copyright strikes on your music because you literally just type in your URL and it is that easy. So let's jump over to the computer, take a look at how easy it is to set up and start getting music from Epidemic Sounds and why it's super useful. Okay, so now we're over at Epidemic Sound's website, and this right here, in my opinion, is the best solution for avoiding copyright notices just from the start. And the reason why is because they've got a cool tracking system that tracks your content across YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and other social media websites. And it just gives you the ability to be able to say, hey, that's me using the music that you've licensed me to use. Don't flag me for copyright, because if you've ever bought licensed music before from anybody and they've ran it through YouTube's Content ID system, it still gets flagged and you have to put in a license, and it's very frustrating. And since you can go ahead and link your social media accounts through Epidemic Sound's website, it's great because it's very easy to just go ahead and do that and not have to deal with it from the start. And you get a free 30-day trial whenever you first start. So yeah, go ahead and check it out in the link in the description down below. This video is not sponsored by Epidemic Sound. It's just something we've started using and we find it extremely useful. And you'll see what I mean in a second of finding consistent music that we think is good for our videos. And if that's something you're looking for, I think this will work out really good for you. And the pricing is actually fairly affordable. It's only $15 a month, and I would have to look at exactly what the pricing is for a yearly subscription, but big YouTubers like Peter McKinnon even use music from here, and other people do as well. So $15 a month or $144 a year, which is fairly good pricing. And this gives you options to upload to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and podcasts, and much more, but you're literally just kind of stuck to one channel per platform. So you can only upload it to one YouTube channel with that music, and it allows you to tie to one YouTube channel. Now, if you wanted to go commercial, it gives you the options for using multiple platforms and everything else. So you could use multiple social media websites. So if you had 2 YouTube accounts, you could use 2. And then also if you wanted to go enterprise, you could actually have multiple users logged in, and even clearance for TV and streaming services. You can kind of read these bullet points and you can see where they get a little bit more useful if you're doing higher production. But if you're just doing YouTube, you're just doing Twitch and live streams like that, this is going to be the way to go because it is super easy, and I'll show you how. So getting started first, I'm logged into my Epidemic Sound profile right now, and you can see that we've got curated music. We'll talk about that in a second, but I want to go to me. And the reason I want to go to me is because I want to go to my account, because this is where it gets really cool. We can see that I currently have a monthly billing cycle of, July 12th, pretty much of every month, and I'm paying $15 a month. And that is all the music that we are using now on How To Tech, and it is super easy. Essentially what you do is you go to this section, you tie your account in and click add it, and it just verifies that it's your account. I could do this for YouTube. I can do this for Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, or even a podcast via an RSS feed. And this is going to make sure that we don't go ahead and get flagged for copyright on it. And that is awesome. So this right here is the main thing. This is going to make sure that Content ID through Facebook, through YouTube, through any other platform that's going to flag your stuff and say, hey, this isn't your music, even though you have a license for it. It's just going to make that never a thing anymore. So it's really awesome that you don't have to deal with it. So They also have a referral program. You can go ahead and go through that, and you can refer other people once you decide to sign up for it and be like, hey, why don't you check out Epidemic Sound and maybe give me a little discount on my subscription I've got through it just by showing it to people. So the two things you get from it is obviously music. This is the main thing most people know about already. And then it also has a library of sound effects. So you can go in here and you can get car sounds, you get weather sounds, computer sounds. Like, there are tons of audio cues and clips that you can get from this. And it's super nice, especially if you aren't that big into audio and you need something that works. Now, here is what's really cool for us, and this is what's the thing that sold this really for us, which the content ID thing with it just auto knowing, or just the ever knowing presence of Epidemic Sound of like, yes, you have a license to use our music. No sweat, dude. Just go ahead and, you know, use the music, is awesome. But this right here is what's really helped. This is what's really taken this to the next level for me, is because it curates it by the music you've downloaded before and the music that you use in your videos. And it's like, oh, well, you like a lot of dreamy and laid back music. Well, the reason I like that is because it works really well as background music for how-to tech videos. So it recommends that type of music to me. And you can see that we've got different genres as well as feels or moods to the music. We can see the BPM. So for something that's a little more upbeat, like in one of our videos we did previously, we had more of like a little montage of, or a sped up version of it. We wanted that to be a little bit, you know, more uppity. And then other parts we want in the background to be a little bit more calm and not as in your face. And we can do that here. And there's also some other really cool stuff we can do too. So I'm going to go ahead and click play on this. And I can hear this sound. And let's say I like this, but let's say this was a song with vocals in it. What's really cool is you could actually click on the stems down here on the bottom, and we can actually take out the stems that we want. So if we just wanted the audio or the music or the vocals, we can pull the vocals out, or we can just pull out the instruments or the bass or the drums. And if we wanted to pull the full mix, all we got to do is click download, and we can actually download all of the stems by themselves, and we can pull out whatever we want to pull out of it, which is really cool. And stems are essentially just like the different tracks for the different instruments and different layers of the things that are combined in the music. A very generic term for somebody that's not really into audio as much as some other people that maybe mess with some DAW software. What else does this have to offer? Well, the featured categories is really cool too. So let's say you're looking for something more corporate. You can go find that in here. It's very easy. You can find cinematic music for your cinematic shots if you're into, you know, doing videos that are more cinematic and maybe inspirational and things like that. We can find stuff in there like that. We can find podcast music and things that typically relate to the type of content you're trying to create. So if you're doing a live stream, maybe you want some gaming music, and you can go in here and you can find different essentially collections or assortments or maybe albums. I don't know how you would refer to those in this, but you can go through and you can find different ones for that specific type, you know, style of content you're making. So I'll listen to this for a second. This definitely has a video game vibe to it, obviously. And you can go through there and there's like angry, epic, dark. And if you were doing like a montage for a video game, this would be really cool to add this kind of music in there, or just something to give more layers to the content you're making. And it is super easy. And once again, it curates content for you, or it curates music for your content for you. It gives you wide selection of stuff to go through here and find, and it saves you a ton of time compared to other platforms because you're not in there clicking on like 100 songs before you find what you're looking for. You can really narrow it down with some of the categories they offer, as well as the genre and moods that they offer as well as those categories we were talking about. And the fact that it auto just knows, man, it just knows that is your YouTube channel, that is your Twitch channel, and it just says, yeah, we're not going to bother you with content ID, we're not going to bother you with copyright. We know that it's you have the rights to use this music because you pay the subscription, and we're just going to go ahead and say, you're good, go ahead and upload your content. And this is a foolproof way of essentially trying to get copyright out of your mind and just let you create the content you want to, whether that's YouTube videos, whether that's Instagram, whether that is Facebook, or even streaming on something like Twitch. So yeah, guys, that's going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Go ahead and destroy that like button, get subscribed, and turn on notifications if you haven't already. And if you want to further support How To Tech, then think about becoming a member today. You'll get early access to videos, special community posts, and even discounts on How To Tech merch. And if you haven't checked out our merch already, go ahead and check that out as well. Also, check out the community Discord. It'll be linked down below. We have over 8,000 people on there, and it's a great place to promote your live streams and your YouTube videos in the respected, channels for those things. And then also find other like minds to collaborate with. If you want to play games, or if you want to make videos and content, or maybe even stream together, it's a great place to do so, and also ask other questions to our community members. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Chad from How To Tech, helping you take your tech to the next level, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.